new sweater. All right. So this is going to be the second installation of the artist that I'm hoping to acquire this year. So if you remember from the last video, I'm at a $1,600 budget, and I am allowed, we're going for 3 to 4 pieces of sculpture, and if you have been paying attention, I think you'll know where we stand on our goal. So this video is going to be much like the first video, where I'm going to go through the artist, very briefly talk about their Instagram and if they have or have not any other websites, and how you can contact and find out about their artwork yourself. Now, some of these artists are expensive, some aren't, and I don't know what your price point is. Mine's $1,600 for the year. So let's begin. So first one we got here, Lana Crooks. Now, she just did a piece for a show a few months ago, the Monty Python show, and she did the swallows carrying a coconut. But this is also a great piece. So below is where she is her Instagram, and as well is her website. Now, I did find a website for her, and her work is perfectly affordable. Now, the next person is, this person is AJ Fosick. Let me just tell you about AJ Fosick real quick. Love everything he does, except snakes. I don't love his snakes. And that's just that's a taste thing. It's not like, don't buy snakes. Snakes are, to me, are one of those things, like, if you don't do it right, I'm just not interested in it. But person that he's done stuff in the past where it could be affordable, and I don't know how he's going to fit into my budget. I know he's done open studios before. He doesn't respond a lot to direct messages. He doesn't do a lot of stuff like that, and that's cool. That's fine. That's who some artists are, and they go straight through their gallery, and that's awesome. But do not disregard him as a artist. He is amazing, and everything he does, I love, except his snakes. Now, this person does not produce a lot. Alessandro Gallo. Now, he is an Italian working in, I want to say Minnesota or Montana. I've got another video that I'm working on with him. There's several other artists that work in either Minnesota or Montana, and it's really interesting how they work a lot in this area in the United States. But he is married to Beth Carver, who is another artist who does sculpture, but he does these super cool, like, humanoid animals. I went to his last show at Jonathan Levine, and I think the cheapest thing I saw there was $8,000. So clearly he's not someone I'm going to be afforded this year, unless, like, he does a scratch and dent sale or a studio sale, and, like, he does just the bust of somebody, and it's all in, like, white and it's in terracotta or something like that. It's not something I'm going to be able to afford. And then the next person is Peter Prince Pottery. That's a lot to say, Peter Prince Pottery. How do you not love geometrics and color? It's beautiful. Look at it. And this is an Instagram that, even if you don't buy anything from him, you should be following him, because the artwork is continuously staying in the same vein, but changing and reinventing itself. And it's very much like, you can see that he's, like, in an area where he's just experimenting constantly, but yet somehow he's, like, re-emerging with the same beautiful, I don't know, it's just, follow him, links below. Now, this is a European artist, Byrosa, B-Y-R-O-S-A. She does these super awesome miniatures. Now, if you go to her website, there's stuff that's affordable and there's stuff that's more expensive. The killer for me has been shipping. So, I don't know. Maybe, like, I'm going to Europe later this year, so I might try and see if we can meet up so I don't have to pay for shipping. I don't know. But the next person is Brent Keckart. I'm so sorry if I said that wrong. I probably did. But animals. They're crazy awesome. Everyone should own a balloon animal made by him. Now, he has been ripped off by a company that does counterfeit versions of his artwork. So buyer beware. Buyer beware. And so his stuff's so good. He's represented by a couple different galleries. I've seen one here at Kraus Gallery down in Soho. And so I've seen his stuff down there. In person, they are stunning. The next person is, okay, so this is the name when we talk about pronouncing names badly. Are we ready for the bad? Imumar. Okay, so he is a Japanese artist. So in Montana, outside Helena, there is a pottery collective that does a fellowship for potters. So this is his work here, and he does these crazy cool heads lately, and I'm obsessed with him. He did a skull, and I'm not sure the size of it or the pricing. So the collective has a website, and on his Instagram, he talks about working there. This is his last year there, and so I don't know if he's going back to another collective, or he's going to get another residency somewhere, or if he's just going to go back to Japan. But his artwork's awesome, and it's three-dimensional, and it's fun, and there's a very childlike whimsy to it, and I'm a big fan of it. You can still see this very heavy Asian influence into it, and it's great. And the pricing might be a little high for me, but all I have to say is it's beautiful and super awesome. And the last person is this crazy chemist that makes something out of nothing, and that's Tyler Thrashart? Tyler Thrashart? Again, me pronouncing names badly. But look at it. Okay, so he gets these animal parts, he gets bugs, and he gets all kinds of interesting things. He soaks them in a liquid solution, and he creates amethysts and opals and all kinds of synthetic gemstones and lets them naturally grow on them. And people have bought these, like not AJ Fosick, but Jaw Cooper. She has bought several of these from him, and he has bought stuff from her as well. He is a great artist. Unfortunately, last year his house did burn down, and so a lot of artists sent him artwork, and I started working on something to send him, and I never did. So I'm a terrible person. So below is linked to all of these artists and their independent Instagram accounts, as well as to their websites if they have any, or their Twitter, or their Etsy accounts. Now, thank you for coming and joining again with me, and don't forget to subscribe.